these glasses. Thank you, Salvation Army. I wanted to briefly share my story. We have a large family, 2 birth children and 5 children adopted through foster care. And my husband is a fireman and a paramedic. At the beginning of the pandemic, I had been laid off from my part-time job as a swim instructor at our local YMCA. And as everybody knows, that was a scary time. We used my part-time income to pay for extra expenses, and everyone with a big family knows expenses are great. Eyeglasses, extras, things like that. And shortly after being laid off, we got an email from our YMCA saying that the Salvation Army was there to help. So I took a chance and I let them know that I had just previously ordered glasses and the bill was over $500. And I just didn't know how I was going to pay for that now that suddenly we had other priorities like everyone else who lost their income and didn't know exactly what was going to happen or how long the pandemic would help. The Salvation Army, after filling out paperwork, was amazing. They worked with my eye doctor. They were calm and considerate and so helpful. Every experience was wonderful. Normally our family is the helpers. We don't usually ask for help from people, but in this case, it was such a blessing. So thank you, Salvation Army. We've supported you in the past our whole life, and thank you for helping us when we needed it. You are a gift. Thank you.
Hi, my name is John, and I help out with the Salvation Army Food Bank. Once a week, we run down to Costco and pick up all of their produce that's still good and isn't bad yet, as well as anything else that they're willing to let go to us. And so we pick it up. Every week is different with how much we get, but we try and get at least 1, 2, or 3 trucks down there full of goods to bring back to the Salvation Army pantry. And once we get it back, we go through what's good, go through what's not good, and toss the stuff that is not edible. But we get a lot of good produce, meats, you name it, we get it for the people of Crystal Lake. And once we have it all set up, the great thing about this pantry is that anyone can come. They can come as often as they want. We don't check IDs, and they walk away happy, and they're able to feed their families because of the great work that they do here. So I'm honored to be part of it, and it's just a great system, and we hope we can keep it going as long as possible.
All right, my name is Kelly Cleary. I am working with John at the food bank, but we also I've also worked with the toy drive and the Thanksgiving dinner through the Salvation Army. What I really enjoy about working with Salvation Army is that it just opens up to a whole group of people that you normally wouldn't need help but have needed help this year, especially with the food bank and with the Christmas dinner, or the Christmas food drive. They've just needed so much more help to gain access for people to get the goods they need to help their families with toys for their kids, with food, with different services as well. I also have helped with Mercent in working with outreach to help her with different families that could use help with rent or supplies or different things like that. So the Salvation Army in Crystal Lake does a whole lot of really amazing things for our community, and it's an honor to work with them.
We are the Emergency Disaster Services Division of the Salvation Army in McHenry County. Most people know us as the volunteers who help out the community when a tornado, flood, or other natural disaster hits the area. But we are also there to support the first responders when they go to fires, explosions, or other community tragedies. You have seen us in the news feeding the community during these natural disasters, all hours of the day, in the school gymnasium and community centers. But you don't see us feeding the firefighters or law enforcement at fires, search and rescue situations, or prolonged police investigations. These occur all hours of the day and night, outdoors in all kinds of weather, and at locations most people have never seen. Just like other members of the Salvation Army, the volunteers have to to attend a minimum of 5 classes to become a member of the EDS Canteen. The goal of the EDS Canteen is to respond from the garage within 30 minutes of receiving the request from the police or fire agency and to be on location and operating within 1 hour. Along with responding to emergency canteen requests, the EDS volunteers have participated in numerous community events. Some of these events include the Crystal Lake Cleanup Day hosted by the JCs, numerous fire department open houses in Crystal Lake, Huntley, and Woodstock, the Crystal Lake 4th of July Parade, the Christmas Parade in Crystal Lake, and the Mary Carey Christmas Day Parade. The EDS volunteers have also participated in other events in McHenry County, including the Back to School Book Supply Drive, the Christmas Toy Drive, the Christmas Holiday Red Kettle Ringing the Bell Drive. Some major incidents that the EDS volunteers in the canteen assisted with include a firefighter and police officer wake and funeral, the Crystal Lake apartment complex fire behind the Country Donuts, a multiple townhouse fire off of Ackman Drive in 100-degree weather, the Starbucks crash and investigation in the city of McHenry, and the multiple fire department response to the silicone factory explosion in Gurnee. All of our supplies are donated to us by either financial support or direct product donation. The Salvation Army does not charge for these services, and if more supplies are needed, they can come from Elk Grove Village. An example is the 9/11 recovery that lasted more than a year. This is just a brief overview of what the Emergency Disaster Service Division of the Salvation Army does to help out the community in McHenry County.
Hi, my name is DINA, and I volunteer for the Salvation Army in Crystal Lake, and especially in the food pantry. And it brings me joy to help people that are less fortunate than I am. I volunteered for the Toys for Tots last year, which was amazing. I love working at volunteering at the food pantry, because when people walk in, they're so excited to see the variety of things that they can get, and the smiles and the waves when they leave. It warms my heart.
Hey, my name is Jason Henning. I'm a school social worker for Harvard District 50, and I just wanted to make a little video today to tell people about a fantastic resource that has helped out the families of my district immensely. And that would be the Crystal Lake Salvation Army Service Corps, headed up by Major and Lieutenant Owen. Truly a husband and wife team that wants to make sure that no one is left behind. And Mercent Smith, the social services director over there, reaching out to me on a consistent basis, always trying to find out if there's a family that they can help out in Harvard. We've all been dealing as a community with a lot throughout this pandemic, and they've ensured that our families have access to food, whether it's the food pickups that they run over at the Crystal Lake Corp Center, or if it's, making sure that our kids still have electricity going to their homes so that way they can be working on their homework late at night, or keeping their homes warm, with the heating bill. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we really appreciate it. They've helped out with eyeglasses for students that just don't have the financial resources to be able to get those on their own. And unfortunately, we've had some families deal with some personal loss and tragedies, and they've reached out and helped out with funeral expenses and ensuring that extra food was brought to the table. And throughout the holiday season, they reach out and find out families that need a little bit of assistance getting some gifts under the tree. And again, thank you, Crystal Lake team. You guys are an invaluable resource and have helped out our families immensely. And I would highly recommend anybody else out there, whether you're an individual in need or if you're another social worker looking for a great resource to help out with families, give them a call. Call up the Crystal Lake Salvation Army and you will not be disappointed. Thank you all, and we'll be talking to you real soon.